the fate of this Nations Cup rests on Cody Lukowski and the Mercedes-Benz team.
Toyota pitting in, Toyota coming in the pit lane, then Cy Bishop gets into the car for the final stint, puts on the hard compound of tyre. I think a little bit of fuel going into that car as well for the end. Let's see where he comes out in comparison to Mercedes-Benz. Now bear in mind, Cody I think is going to be behind these guys when they come out the pit lane, but he's going to have a tyre advantage for the course, as we say around here. It's so hard to overtake, so he's got to be aggressive, it's got to be firm, and Mercedes-Benz
it's going to be close though, Jimmy.
Here we go.
It's going to be very, very close, isn't it, going down towards that first corner. Here comes Toyota, but where are Mercedes-Benz? Are they ahead? Are they behind? Let's wait and see for a wider shot. This is close. Toyota are still ahead. They are still in the race lead by the looks of things.
And importantly, Mercedes-Benz are in second position and 10 seconds down the road. Now we think the hard compound is about 13, 14 seconds slower than the soft compound tyre. The gap is less than 10 seconds. It's all going to come down to this. Where will Cody, and I'm very sure Cody will catch Cy in the Toyota, where will he catch him? Will he be able to get by? That is the question right now. So it's all down to the Australian driver. He's driven so well this weekend across all tour events. A driver we think who does better at the live events he actually does in the superstar races. It's all on him right now. Can he handle the pressure?
Well, the thing is as well, you've got to bear in mind, even if he doesn't find his way past, as soon as they get onto the Dottingahur, he's going to have more tracks, he's going to have a bit more straight line speed. But it's such a tricky one, isn't it? Because, of course, then you've got the straight line speed of the Toyota, which isn't slow in a straight line either. So it's a case of, well, first of all, can Toyota defend? Can Cy manage to hold on to that gap? It's come down quite significantly even over our last few parts of this GP circuit, Jimmy. It's now down to 7.3 seconds and decreasing almost corner by corner.
So a second and a half already as we get through the GP circuit, and more importantly, this is going to be defined on track. The winner of this race will win the series here at the Nurburgring. So there's only a point in it as it stands now if the race finished with Toyota in first and Mercedes in second. But when those if those places, I should say, if they switch, then Mercedes-Benz will win the race and win the series. You can't ask for a better finish if we get that. I always think the winner of the last race should be the winner of the series. But anyway, here we go. Gap now down to less than 7 seconds. Here comes Cody.
Yeah, he's certainly coming. He's got great pace, great consistency as well. This softer compound of tyres. There is so much tension in the air here at the Nurburgring for this World Tour Manufacturers Series final. It is going to be so close this, and we know in motorsport getting close is one thing, but getting past is quite another. How good is Cy Bishop's defensive driving going to be? We ride in cockpit with Cody Lukowski. Look at the smoothness of his steering wheel. That's exactly what he needs to be on this softer compound of tyres. They're going to be pretty second hand by the end of this lap. However, he is doing a really good job of holding on to this track position so far, and also decreasing that gap down, just being smooth and trying to keep that tyre life as much up as possible.
Regardless of what happens in this race, it's been an absolutely great recovery from Mercedes-Benz after that first race at St. Croix, where Valverde found himself off the circuit and down the order. A great race at Monza, and now maybe finish off here by Cody Lukowski at the Nordschleife. We have about half a lap to go here, and it's anybody's game. The gap down to 5.4 seconds. It won't be long until we can see Cy Bishop in the Toyota up the road. Let's see if we can see him coming down the hill to compression. There he is, just going off in the distance. And for the first time in most of this race, Cody can now see the car in front of him. That's just going to give him extra motivation.
It certainly is. Well, this is very close, very tension-filled. Toyota there with Cy Bishop, the Kiwi at the wheel, defending for all of his might. They're in the same shot now. It's closed down. It's now less than 4.7 seconds almost between these two drivers, between these two manufacturers. The winner on the road will be the winner of this Manufacturers Series final here tonight in the World Tour. Going through into the left-hander, just over 3/4 of a lap to go here at this Nordschleife circuit. I tell you what, this is going to be absolutely nail-biting, and it's just decreasing. Look, he's pulled in half a second over the last 3 corners, Jimmy Lukowski.
So much, I'd rather be the hunter than the hunted at this point. You see the rigs
are
right next to each other.
I love that.
Yeah, they're right next to each other in the rigs as well, probably not even daring to set a glance over their monitor, very much focused on what they're doing. It's been an absolutely fantastic race from Toyota and Yamanaka and Kenvolum to put the car in this position, but now it's just a fist fight on the circuit, and it's between Cy Bishop and Cody Lukowski. The gap now down to 3.5 seconds and decreasing all the time. That Mercedes-Benz is very quick in the straight line as well, so it's gaining in the straights and in the corners, but I don't think it's going to be close enough to pass, maybe before the Dottingahur. But bear in mind, when we get there, it's just a chess game.
It really is, yeah. You're absolutely right. It's position. You don't want to be in the position where you're having to defend going onto that dotting hill, but then in another respect you do, because you'll have the slipstream of the guy who gets past you. So it's now down to under 3 seconds. And as we know, Lukowski has got great pace. We know he's done some audacious moves. That move around the outside that we saw just a couple of laps ago. This is tantalising, this is close, and this is unpredictable. It is what Gran Turismo and these World Tour events is all about. As Jimmy said earlier on, the winner on the road will be the winner of this Manufacturers Series final. It's Sidok who is defending. It's Mercedes-Benz rather, in second position, with Lukowski at the wheel, who are challenging for this race lead. A great job as well for BMW in that final podium position, and also Ford there as well, and Lexus, who have recovered what has been a difficult evening for them inside the top 5. Don't forget about Aston Martin. They've been pretty much nowhere, but after a good third race, they are now up inside the top 7.
Tell you what, if you're online right now, go share this out. This is coming down to the last lap on the last race for race victory here. All the guys here live at the Ring Boulevard, come over to the Gran Turismo stand. This is going to be a very exciting finish. It'll be a big shame if you missed it. The gap now only down to 1.8 seconds. It's nearly within the drafting range at this point, coming into the last sector. This is where we've said so many times where a tyre advantage will really help you over your competitor. Now look at Cody. He is leaving nothing on the table from curb to curb there. Here's a man who knows the car and track like the back of his hand, and now putting up to the back of Toyota in front. Cy Bishop, all he can do is drive as hard as he can, and please don't think that Cy Bishop isn't trying, because on those hard compounder tyres, the car is a lot slower than when it's on soft. He's doing a great job keeping it on track right now, but it's just seeing he's closer and closer every passing second, Tom.
Well, regardless of what happens, this has been a great race from both teams. Lukowski, Williams and Valverde with the Mercedes-Benz, Kevelham, Yamanaka and Cy Bishop, who is now behind the wheel of the Toyota. Both teams have driven to perfection. They have not put a foot wrong, and the tension that this is creating coming down to the final lap and coming down to the Dottinger Höhe, unless a mistake is forced by either driver, it is surely going to come down to a slipstream battle on the final lap here at the Nurburgring.
So here we go then. Moment of truth coming up. Toyota have about 0.6 of a second lead. It's not going to be enough to put away on the straight. Cody has gone from being 10 seconds behind at the start of his lap to now being within touching distance of Toyota. Coming round the corner before the second carousel. Exit out of here is very important for your run onto the Dottinger Höhe. Both cars out of there very nicely. Cody on the throttle a bit sooner there, using the grip of the tyre, and now coming around the long right-hander. And this is it. This is all it's all come down to. 4 races this entire weekend. All the shows before this. Here it is now, a straight fight between first and second, down the back straight, Cody in the slipstream.
He's going to go defensive, you can see that, but here comes Cody. Is he going to be able to try and find a way past? He's not reading him as close as he would like. This straight is actually very short in these Group 3 cars, but that Toyota has got great legs on it. Is Lukowski going to be able to do anything? A look over from Cy Bishop, but Lukowski, he's maxed out. He's got no more straight line speed. He's going to have to try something. He's going to have to think about a lunge, surely, into the left-hander. That's brilliant. Here comes Lukowski. They're side by side. This is amazing for the Manufacturers Series final win. Lukowski on the inside, Bishop on the outside in the Toyota. Oh, he goes off. They're side by side still, and Toyota and Cy Bishop take victory here in the Manufacturers Series final.